Audio Jungle.
Welcome to Channel 73 News. I'm Abby Walsh, and today we'll be covering on a very important issue in the Indigenous communities: higher rates of unintentional injuries and deaths on Indigenous reserves. I have two very special guests here with me today to talk about their own life experience on this issue. Welcome 42-year-old Gillette Prime and 13-year-old Ashley DeSalvo. Ashley, what was it like growing up in such an unsafe environment at such a young age?
Well, it's very difficult because I'm a very young child, but I've gotten so used to it that it just doesn't matter anymore.
So how does it feel being the mother of someone going through this?
It's hard to watch her not be able to do the things that any other child would be able to do, and it's also hard to put those rules on her of her not being allowed to do things. And I just wanted her to enjoy her childhood and things like that, but it's really not that easy for her because of the community and the area and the reserve that she's growing up in and on.
Ashley, do you believe that everything will get better soon?
Yes, I believe things will get better because I have hope that one day I will be able to grow up like every other kid got to grow up.
So as a mother of Ashley, do you believe that everything will get better as well?
I mean, of course I hope that everything's going to get better, but I feel like it only has a shot at that if it's being recognized properly and the right people and it's, getting attention.
So is there any stories you can share from Ashley's childhood to give the audience a better understanding on what's going on?
There was so many stories, but one time when she was 7, she cut her knee open and we needed to go to the hospital. We could not find a hospital nearby. There was no good healthcare systems. They were all closed and it was not a safe way to get to it either. And she needed some urgent care for her knee. So we got home, we tried to disinfect it and we tried to rinse it with water, but the water wasn't safe and it got an infection and the infection got worse.
Ashley, what were your thoughts going through this process?
Well, it was very difficult because I was panicking because I thought that my knee wasn't going to get better and there was no clean water to clean it off or get out any of the dirt off.
Now we will be sharing more information on this issue.
Some important things to remember are the causes, effects, and cures: education, empowerment, enabling, engineering, enforcement, and employment. There are many common injuries in the Indigenous communities. One of the most common is poisonings. The education that can be provided to help cure this issue is an identification and labeling of toxic and hazardous substances, and hazardous substances being stored away from children and in highway places. Empowerment can be the community input on hazardous materials, and enabling, we would have access to child storage-proof locks and accessible hazard disposal sites. How engineering can help this is child-proof containers and proper disposable sites. Enforcement, proper labeling of child-proof containers and proper disposal of toxins. And how we can do this with employment is hazards educators.
Another common issue is drowning. How education can help with this is swimming lessons, first aid, CPR training, use of life jackets, and active and toxins. Empowerment can help by community plan for water safety. How engineering can help is by flotation devices built into winter jackets. Enforcement can help with alcohol limits on boats, speed limits, supervised swimming areas. Employment can help with swimming instructors, first aid/CPR educators, local lifeguards.
Another type of injury is falls. Education can help with this by supervision of children, especially around water, barriers around construction or other dangerous sites, first aid/CPR and emergency response. Empowerment can help with this by community to identify dangerous sites, development of strategies and resources to address danger zones. Enabling can help with this by affordable construction materials and tools for building safer communities. Engineering can help with this by reduction of substandard housing. And finally, employment can help with this with first aid and emergency response team, construction of better houses, and building inspectors. Some other types of injuries and deaths on Indigenous reserves are fires,
All-terrain vehicles,
and MVC, which is motorized vehicle collision.
Now we will be sharing some more information on this issue. Injuries and deaths occur 3 to 4 more times on Indigenous communities than the national average.
people who live on these Indigenous reserves are more likely to be poor, leading to substandard housing, which leads to more injuries and deaths.
People will have difficulty accessing healthcare.
Devastating long and short-term consequence for youth.
They experience the same injuries as their mainstream peers, but at much, much, much higher rates.
More severe injuries can lead to disability and can interfere with kids' education and can cause traumatic brain damage.
Their post-trauma can lead them to abuse or drugs or alcohol.
Services like CPR training, swimming lessons, or enforcing existing laws that don't exist can help with this.
Thank you for tuning in to Channel 73 News. See you tomorrow.